History is broken. All recorded knowledge more than 300 years old has been corrupted. The Starfinder Society is recruiting outsiders to unravel the mysteries of what happened. Unlikely heroes must learn to work together to stay alive, where technology and magic exist together among the stars. Dead Sundays, most Sundays at 7 p.m. Only on twitch.tv/Logar the Ogar. The past haunts us all.
Oh man! Oh, the crinkling is it's a lot. Hello and stop! We're live. The people want to listen. The people want to hear us, not whatever that was.
Sorry.
ASMR of sun chips. Let's go.
ASMR, are you okay? Because you're killing me. Yes. Sorry. Please let us know. Well, okay. Well, I don't have to type that. Hi. Hello. Welcome to episode 2 of Dead Sons. Ian is peeing. He'll be back.
No, I'm not. I'm getting Uncrustables.
Oh, he's getting. Wait. Okay, that's much more important. I've already had my banana. I had my protein shake. I mixed it with my Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee. Now it's just like a strange brown color. Okay, you can hear me. Can you hear my 3 adventurers? Everybody say something.
Hello.
That's not
Hello.
gonna help anybody. Like we all just talked at once.
And do they all sound good and sound loud and good enough to hear?
Good enough to eat.
Good enough to eat? Do they sound scrumptious?
I hope it sounds.
Tell me I'm pretty.
Yeah.
You're pretty.
No comment.
Aww. Thanks.
I got a host going on here. Yes, I do have a host going on here. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna turn everybody up a little bit.
Sounds good.
I think we're gonna be good.
Do you want to
I
test
think I got
Sirenscape?
Check 1 2. Okay, cool.
Oh my God,
I just,
you're actually way too loud.
I'm way too loud.
No, you're
Okay.
good. That was on my end.
Okay.
All right, you're good. All right, clicking. All right, everybody's face is there. Everybody's voice is there. Everybody is logged into the thing. Let us start Sirenscape. Spoopy. Some nice background music. Okay. So, welcome to Starfinder. Hello.
Hi, hello.
How
Hey.
was everybody's 2 weeks?
Us? There's the audience.
Anybody's really.
Bring you latest news around the clock with your host, Zane McCain.
Oh, I don't like this background music. Hold on, excuse me. There's a lot of talking involved in it.
Today, as members of the Pack Council argue over the controversial clause.
Here we go. This is what we want.
Another body count.
Just want the Normandy ambient
Yeah,
sound.
that's pretty much what I got.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
there's a good start. Just,
The spaceship sounds in the background. Everybody say hi to R2D2. Okay.
Hey, R2.
Hi, Artie Tootie.
Artitude. All right. Okay. So everybody watched the hit clip, so nobody needs more than a couple second introduction, or a couple second catch up. So the last thing that you guys did was go to sleep at the something or other Moons Inn, the Sleepy Moons Inn, the double Sleepy Moons. What was it called?
Moons of rest. Moons of sleep.
Moons of Sleep. Okay, so you guys went on the Runes of Sleep. You guys went to sleep on the Moons of Sleep. The last thing you did was you guys had a nice dinner at Spacey's, and then you went to the Moons of Sleep and you went to sleep. The last thing you did that was important was you hung out with Chiskisk for a while. They explained to you the situation. If you'll remember, you got off the spaceship and Dorvark was killed, and then you guys fought a bunch of guys, and then you did some investigation, that led you to the Hardscrabble Collective, and then eventually to the Starfinder Society. They asked, Chisks asked you to investigate the death of Dorvar Creel. They gave you a sign-on bonus. They gave you basically an introduction saying this will be your tryout, and they kind of threw you out. You remembered. One of you remembered a lot. No, not remembered. Pax Duro interrogated somebody and learned a lot about the Downside Kings, which were the bad guys in the situation. You found out that their hideout was mostly at a place called the Fusion Queen, which was a nightclub located in the lower levels of Absalom Station. And that is basically what you have to go on now. You guys are waking up at the Moons of Sleep, the special Starfinder discount inn. Zib Beverage wakes up in a suite that is fit for an influencer such as themselves. Paxuro wakes up in a suite that is very large, as fit for a Vesk as they are. And Horatio, you wake up in basically what is a hostile bedroom.
That's fitting.
I'm standing over him looking at my hand going, I'm so fucked up.
So the ball is pretty much in your guys' court. You can do whatever you like. You can follow up on whatever you like. You can try to remember whatever you like. I'll try to point you guys in the right direction if you forget. But mostly, you guys are able to investigate the murder of Dorvar Creel as you were asked to do in the way that you see fit. The last thing that you learned, like I said, was that the Downside Kings work out of or hang out at the Fusion Queen.
I'm just gonna message everybody and let them know that I'm awake.
Pax looks down at his watch and sees that he's gotten a message and just messaged Pax. No battle should start on an empty stomach. Going to breakfast.
Fair.
Okay. Do you want to meet up? I mean, that's probably
yeah. Figure we'd just meet up at the continental breakfast.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I feel like the Moons of Sleep would serve some sort of very basic protein paste and seaweed chip sort of tuna melt or tuna salad. Very easily reproducible, easily farmable. This is technically food and will give you the calories that you need to get through the day.
Excellent.
So the three of you
eel brick.
Yeah, a good calorie brick with just some protein paste spread on it. So the three of you go downstairs, you get your complimentary breakfast, which you will get all week because you are booked for the week and you're special Starfinders, so you get the special rate.
I'm just curious, is this a buffet style meal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pax is going to take a few extra bricks. Just shove those into his backpack.
Pax is going to have to make some sort of check for that because there is an attendant there.
Well, it's all you can eat, so.
Yeah, but if you're not going to eat it here, make a sleight of hand check.
Yeah, I was going to say, let me try and steal it first. This is going to go poorly.
Yeah, so you do not manage to. You didn't do it real well. But nobody spots you, so nobody says anything. You kind of fumble it as you grab it, but you manage to put it in your pocket just as the person turns away. So you got very lucky that you did not get caught because you should have.
Excellent.
So now Pax has a bunch of extra calorie squares in his pocket, as well as a whole tube of protein paste.
Why do you want this? Bro, we could do. Nah, this food is awful. We could do better than this.
Look, it's not good, but maybe it could be helpful later.
It is. Zib is right. It is objectively awful.
I know food. Just because my people spit up on their food to dissolve and digest it doesn't mean I don't know taste.
I'm literally just like digging into the prepackaged the prepackaged pastries that they have, like not even touching the eggs or anything like that, because I'm like not cognizant of good or bad food. Just like that's food.
Just like I love a wet muffin
Mhm.
Cool.
wrapped in plastic.
Cool. God.
Mm.
Why are they always
it's,
wet?
It's not a moist muffin. It's a wet muffin.
Why is that grosser to me than a protein brick? Like,
Where do you think we should go today? I figured we could probably head down to the bar we were told about.
Yeah, it sounds like a plan. Maybe not a morning plan. I don't know what. I don't.
Probably
Maybe.
not gonna be open.
Who's-
Yeah,
yeah,
they're probably not gonna be open right now.
we should. I don't know. Is there anything else we need to procure or people we could shake down? Is that what we do?
I'm gonna call my parents and let them know I'm okay.
Okay. Do you want to call him right now? While you're at the table?
Yeah, just go and do that.
All right. Your mom answers the phone. She says, "Hi, honey."
Hi, Mom.
is this on speaker?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
How's it going?
It's good.
Did you sleep good? Where'd you sleep?
I just got like the economy room, and
Oh, that's good. Really smart. Really smart.
yeah, thank you. I'm just eating enjoying the continental breakfast.
Oh my God, they have breakfast? You didn't pay extra for breakfast, did you? I mean, you don't have to eat
No.
breakfast. Okay.
Yeah, it was just provided, but we're gonna go just gonna go investigate some leads that the Starfinder Society sent us on.
Oh
But
my
I
God,
just wanted to check in.
That's great. Well, your father and I are going to be working overtime for the rest of the week. There's a big project that upper management really has to get done, so we're going to give him the extra help. So we might be a little busy, but just go ahead and text and call whenever. If we can answer, we'll answer. If not, we'll get back to you. So I hope you have a really good time.
Okay. Oh well.
Oh,
You guys want to say hi to my parents?
Hello, parents.
Hey.
Oh my God, are you with a Vesk?
Alright, let's talk about
Yes.
the Vesk. Sure.
Your son is a great warrior. I thought you should know that.
Thank you.
He took his first life this week.
He did what?
He
It was in
killed a
self-defense.
man.
You what?
He killed a man. It was honorable and epic. And now he is eating a warrior's breakfast.
Horatio, can you take me off the speaker, please?
Yeah, sure.
It was nice. It was nice to meet you, Mrs. Horatio.
Please subscribe. I don't know if the content's for you, but maybe you'd like it.
So you take her off the speaker and you walk away a little bit. And
Yeah.
so you guys still sitting at the table. She's no longer on speaker, but you can hear her yelling at him through the phone.
Zib, do you hear how happy she is? She is loudly cheering her son.
And
This is excellent.
Horatio, you are getting reamed out for not using your specific conflict resolution skills to end whatever problem you were having at the time.
Okay.
But other than that, after that, she kind of calms down and she understands that what you're doing is relatively dangerous and that it couldn't be entirely your fault, but she wants you to make better choices next time. And you say your goodbyes and hang out.
I mean, yeah, I figured like I justified it by it was in self-defense, and it's exactly why I was trained to do this stuff. So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. She has a relatively positive reaction, a neutral reaction to that.
Yeah.
Horatio, it sounded like your mother's voice got very high, and I've been told that when human voices raise an octave, it means they're excited. She must be excited about what you've done.
Or they're singing.
That as well.
That's one way to put it. Yeah, she's
Singing your
she's
praises.
concerned about our safety, but I let her know that we're in good hands.
Who's
Yes.
his? Or mine, and I raise a bunch of hands.
Zib has enough hands for all of us.
So, as you guys are finishing up your dinner, Sheppard walks through the front door and sits down at the table with you. He doesn't really say anything, just kind of sits down and he says, hello to each of you, but because he isn't really a real artificial intelligence, he doesn't really do anything. He just sits down and says, I'll be accompanying you for whatever you do today. Chiskisk has told me to keep you as safe as you possibly could be. And I will be reporting back to Chiskisk whenever you'd like me to.
Excellent.
Do you need anything, Sheppard? Do you
Eat?
I assume you don't eat. Do you need?
Nope. He's good.
All right. Tell me if you need positive affirmations or something.
he just says, okay!
You're great, bud.
So up. It's up to you guys how you want to proceed. Like I said, you guys, you know that the Downside Kings, which you know are the guys that you probably don't like, hanging out at the Fusion Queen. You could try to find out more about the other big key points were the Hardscrabble Collective, the Level 21 crew, and Astral Extractions. Any of those things you could also investigate in whatever way you thought that you should. But
we should go talk to the level 21 guys. Didn't they take off after the gunfight?
They did.
They were. Yeah.
We should
Okay.
I think that would be prudent if we go and talk to them before we confront the Southside Kings.
I agree. I think that's a good plan.
Yeah.
Do we have any clue how to find them?
So everybody make a culture check.
Okay.
I so badly just want to grab someone on the street again.
Which you're allowed to. You're allowed to do that, but first we're all going to make culture checks and see what you actually know. Jesus. Okay.
What the fuck?
I have a -1. I just want to put that out there.
Oh, incredibly upsetting.
Yeah. Zib doesn't know shit about anything. Okay. So what you learn from just general knowledge is that the Level 21 crew are a street gang that claims Level 21 of Absalom Station seedy lower decks as its territory. Their known criminal endeavors include theft, fencing, stolen goods, gambling, prostitution, racketeering, and smuggling. Now, I also want you to know that what you learned about the Downside Kings was that their wide variety of illegal activities were a lot more violent. Not to say that the Level 21 crew is a good gang, because obviously, prostitution, racketeering, smuggling, a lot of those things can be actually morally bad. The Downside Kings are much more into, we're just going to roll through and kill everybody and take all their stuff. Not that they're murder hobos, but the Downside Kings are definitely more aggressive and violent.
Right.
Makes sense.
So
Pax thinks sex work is work, so one of those crimes doesn't really care.
yeah, right, exactly.
Well, there's.
We can get into the nuance, but Pax doesn't understand that. I do. Pax doesn't.
Good. All right, Max. That's great to know. Let's.
So
find
that's
an
what you guys
elevator.
know. Yeah. It's, the thing I haven't been able to figure out about Absalom Station yet is I can't quite figure out how everybody seems to get around. I assume there is some sort of subway or elaborate taxi system that leads to elaborate elevators and space pulleys and whatever.
Let's take the space pulley system.
Yeah, so you guys should take the space pulley down to level 21.
I always imagine like the mass transit system kind of being like automated walkways, or those like floaty things that the people had in Wall-E, except they didn't dispense nacho cheese.
Yep.
No,
I
that's
like
kind of how
that.
I always imagined it.
Yeah, well, if they don't dispense nacho cheese, honestly, I don't really want them.
Well, whatever we ride in, it's very clearly going to have tips about Absalom Station displayed in a screen in front of us. So
Just
we could just, like
the train in Final Fantasy VII, yes.
exactly.
So what part of are we like? What actual region of the station are we in right now?
So-
Are we in the We're in the arms.
You're in the eye.
We're in the eye.
You're in the eye.
Okay.
That's where the lore spire complex is. It's where the most of the like major metropolitan area is, and it's where that little in state out is. It's where the spacies that you went to last night is. You are currently in the eye. So I'm gonna say that there's no difficulty to get to level 21.
Okay,
Yeah.
and that's in the spike.
I believe it would have to be in the spike because the spike is the only part that goes down.
It's like
Yeah.
literally okay. So above the table, what we discussed this in our session 0 before we went live. Like the place I studied is literally in the eye.
Okay.
The place where my character is from, the Arcanarium. If I remember correctly, like it's in the middle of Absalom Station.
It probably
Right?
should be.
Yeah.
The arc.
Yeah, the Arcanarium's right there too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like it's
It should be on the thing. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're familiar enough with the station as a whole. I think in the very beginning I said, wait, hold on. Market Frankfurt line to the Kensington Nebula. Ugh.
Yeah, that's making my skin crawl. I can just smell that.
It smells like space piss.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you guys are so dehydrated. You haven't had your water pills today? God. So Horatio has a pretty good knowledge of Absalom Station as a whole. Your family is more than likely from somewhere in the farms or the arms.
Yeah.
But the spike is more probably where you're gonna end up.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Right.
you go to the lower decks. I'm glad we could help you on this journey, Babe Ross. Okay, so is that where you guys want to go?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, so
Yeah, we should go there. Yeah.
all right, you agree, so you do it. Okay, you take a space taxi to a giant vertical subway system. You go to what is basically a train station, but it's a series of elevators that go up and down the spike through Absalom Station. Absalom Station, the spike is obviously that giant spike at the bottom, where the closer you get to the bottom, sort of the worse it gets. At the bottom of the spike, there is I believe is where the reactor is that powers all of Absalom Station. Nobody seems to be able to actually get into the reactor though, so there's not a lot of reason to go there, but it's still under guard, and there are some other things down there that, you don't want to touch. But you guys go down your 21 levels, and you step out into level 21, and it's mostly like the rest of Absalom Station, except it's got a little bit more trash around it. It's got a little bit of, I think some of the things are overflowing, some of the lights aren't as bright, some of them are broken, but that's about it. It's mostly the same as everything else. It's an inner city area with lots of different kinds of people. And you'll have to find your way through it.
Yeah, Pac looks over at Horatio.
So, everyone here is part of the gang, right?
I don't think so. We should. I guess we could start asking around. I really get. Everything happened so fast when we got back to here. That I remember. Didn't they have like identifying? They had identifying some kind of insignia on them.
No, they
I have a
didn't.
picture. I have a picture
Yeah.
with one of them.
Yeah, actually, that's true. You have a selfie with one of them.
Yeah.
Did you tag him in it?
No,
but-
he never got his handle.
Zib, you should check the likes. See if it's someone you don't recognize and don't follow.
Yeah, that's actually a really good idea.
That actually is a really good idea. Zib, make a
I think
computer's check.
Okay. I feel like
Time out.
I just want to say that I think it maybe has too many likes for me to scroll through.
Well,
There's a-
that's what the computer check is gonna be.
Yeah.
No, it has a lot of likes, but a lot of it is people you're relatively familiar with, and you go through and you find something that says Mama Fat's official. and that doesn't really seem familiar to you.
Never heard of Mama Fats. Is there like a profile?
Yeah, if you can click it if you want.
Yeah, this probably isn't a virus.
No, it takes you to. So let's talk about. Why don't you go ahead and tell everybody what you told me about the name of the social media platform you came up with.
Yeah, okay. Can I remember it 5 minutes later? No. It's called Voyut. Voyut. Which is Russian for like little howl. Like your dog howling at an ambulance or something. And I think we also discussed that we're kind of playing fast and loose with like how the infosphere works for social media, where I'm just not gonna really worry too much about
the social media aspect of the intergalactic information net works pretty instantly all the time, and nothing could ever go wrong with it.
Mhm.
But that's only social media. Everything else works the way we need it to work.
everything else nice and crunchy.
To me, there is a like the social media aspect of your character is a core piece of who your character is, and without having instant access to it all the time, it would sort of mess stuff up.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's it. It's like the social media platform itself is kind of Instagram-y, where there's like a lot of photo and text posts, but also a like stories, live stream component.
Okay. Yeah. So
That's it.
you go on your I can't even remember what it's called.
Voyut.
Voyut. You go on your Voyeur page, and
Alright.
you
Walked into that one.
you click on Mama Fats official, and you click on their page, and it's just a page dedicated to a store called Mama Fats, and it's mostly just like a convenience store, a little bodega. And that's really all it is. They're just pictures of, produce that probably shouldn't still be there, and sales on protein blocks and protein paste and stuff like that.
Alright, so
Excuse me.
yeah, so I relay the information to y'all. I think this would be like a good lead to start at, rather than, we don't need to intimidate and physically harass every stranger on the station.
But you could.
Fine.
We could, but maybe we should, stay a little bit, undercover, a little bit more aloof. Because
When you look at the account, is there that Mama Fats account? Is there any like indication of where they're located at?
It has the address of Mama Fats. Yeah.
Oh, let's go there.
Yeah, and maybe, while it's not in any of the pictures, maybe there's some better food than breakfast. But I doubt it.
Yeah, that breakfast is pretty good.
If you're thinking about being covert, do you think it's a good idea for me to come with you into this place?
Yeah, maybe you guard the door or something.
What if I got a hat?
Or you could get a hat.
I mean, there's a lot of Vesk. Like in my experience, I've never worked closely with other Vesk, but I do see Vesk enough here. So
Okay.
You don't stick out as much as you think you would.
Oh, all right, perfect.
There is Absalom Station is a lot of humans, but it is also a lot of everybody else. So it's not that weird to have Vesk in and out of wherever you are.
All right, I won't go looking for a hoodie that says Absalom or anything, so we're good.
And just
But if you think that you would look at in a hat, I support that.
yeah. Also, Zib has an affiliate link if you want to buy one. We have to get.
Please help.
We have to get Pax a pair of sweat shorts that say "juicy" on the butt. Okay. Would you guys like to go to Mama Fats?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Is this
So you
still in
know-
the ring, or
Yeah,
or
you're-
still in the
so-
eye, or is it?
No, we're down on the spike now. We're
Okay.
on level 21 of the spike. And Mama Fats is, well, what do you know? It's on level 21 of the spike.
Coincidence?
Probably.
So I'm gonna say that you guys are gonna have to find your way there. You can it's too densely crowded to take like a taxi, but the directions of a space station aren't really that hard. It's like getting lost in a city. All the streets are numbered, so you know where it is. So why don't you guys make I'll make survival checks to find your way to this place.
Street survival. Oh boy.
Yeah, I don't think I'm good at that.
Give me a second. I'm just waiting for my character sheet to reload.
Sheppard did pretty well.
Perfect.
God, I would hope.
Okay.
3.
so luckily for you guys, the NPC that I put in your party leads you directly to the plot point that you need to get to.
Great work, Sheppard.
Do very well, Sheppard.
Never let me down.
You're a credit to the team.
I will take you to the address. Please follow me. And he walks forward, but he walks with a very specific speed and cadence that he walks fast enough and forcefully enough that people will get out of his way, but not fast enough to actually walk over anybody. So he's just like parting the sea of people in front of you as you're following behind him. So about 10 or 15 minutes goes by and you arrive at Mama Fats. Everybody please make another culture check.
Okay.
But this time it's gonna be good. Instead of a bad roll.
Okay.
I'll take it.
17.
So Pax and Zib, both of you recognize, which is amazing because Horatio lives here and he doesn't recognize this, but Zib
I think that would make sense too because I mostly just stay in magical private school. So,
yeah, that does make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You recognize that the graffiti on the walls on the outside of Mama Fats recognize graffiti as gang tags marking this as territory of the level 21 crew.
I've seen posts about this.
Does look like this belongs to them. Do we just want to walk in?
You guys discuss
like
what you want to do,
place?
so I'll read this real quick.
Well, I figure. I mean, we help them. They probably recognize Zib.
That's
So
true.
Zib, I think you should take the lead on this. Like, we don't mean them any harm. We just have questions about the Southside Gang and like what's going on with them.
Yeah, no problem. It's me, the leader.
You got this.
I'm just gonna go in. Just gonna go in.
Okay.
And I go,
So you walk into the bodega, and as you do, it's a bodega. There, you open the door, and a little chime sounds and little bells ring, and there's a cat in the corner that picks its head up and looks at you, and then goes back to sleep. He's sleeping on a pile of oranges. It's fine. He lives here. And
those
behind,
oranges are still good.
those are his oranges. They're good oranges. Just move them out of the way. Just wash them before you eat them. I'm sorry, they're not oranges. Space oranges.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. That was
Now I
Specially
understand.
grown space oranges.
too strange otherwise.
Yeah, just like regular oranges. Fucking weird. Fucking weirdo. And behind the counter is a female halfling who is standing on top of a step stool, writing in her book. She doesn't acknowledge. Like, you can see her immediately forward, but when the door opens and it rings, she doesn't acknowledge you.
Okay, I look around the counter and see if there's like a little protein block candy bar kind of thing that I can purchase so I can like start a interaction with this halfling.
Okay, there is. Yeah.
Yeah, I like pop on the counter. I'm just like, hey, ma'am, how are you doing? on this fine space Tuesday.
She picks her head up from her book and stares at you for a second, and looks at your hand that you're holding a protein bar, and she says, "Do you want to buy that?"
Yeah, I do want to buy this, and also, I was wondering if I could ask you some questions. I'm new in town.
Make a diplomacy check.
I'm not coming on to you.
Okay. And she leans back from her notebook and she says, "Okay. I've lived here for a while. What would you like to know?" And she's very tense and she's very curt.
So my name's Zib Beverage. Maybe you've heard of me.
Oh, hold on. Let me see. She has not.
Okay. But me and my friends here, we're from the Starfinder Society, and we were just trying to gather some information on something pertaining to this level of the station. And we have a photo, and I was wondering if you recognize this gentleman in the photo. And I bring up my post.
And she looks at it, and she pulls up her little halfling glasses, and she looks at it, and she squints, and she says, "He looks like one of the neighborhood kids that comes in here every once in a while. Yeah. Why?"
Oh, no reason. They're not in trouble or anything. I was just trying to find where they would be. This is my picture. This is me in the picture.
And she squints again, and she's like, "Oh yeah, you're really photogenic."
Thank you. You don't know how much that means to me. But yeah, do these kids where do they hang out? Do they come to the shop a lot, or do they have a school?
Everybody. So as you ask that question, what are Pax and Horatio doing right now?
I'm just absentmindedly looking at the sundries that are in
And sundry.
yeah. Mama Fats.
Pax is hiding, but he's much taller than the shelves, and he's also trying to record Zib with his recording device.
Okay. Make both a stealth check and a computers check.
Oh, two things I'm excellent at. All right, for stealth, 11. For computers, 17.
Okay, so you're getting a good shot, and it's going pretty well. But you're not kidding anybody. You're a fucking Vesk trying to hide behind a skinny thing of protein packs. You're not fooling anybody.
What are you doing?
So everybody, please also make a. Well, I guess not Horatio, because Horatio is kind of doing his own thing. Zib and Pax, make a perception check.
4.
17.
Okay. Zib, as you ask her about the guy in the photo and if he's around here, or what he does, and when he comes around, you see her kind of lean back, and her arms kind of go under her arms go under the table, and she kind of grasps the table to lean back with it a little bit. You know how when you want to lean back, you hold onto a table. Am I making sense?
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
hit the silent alarm, cool.
Yeah. And she says, he doesn't really come in that often, and she takes her hands back up under the table. He doesn't really come around that often. Why?
Again, I just got this picture with him, and I lost him in a crowd, and I wanted to meet up with him.
I stepped forward and not reading the room, just say we were in an altercation with somebody who was shooting at him and had questions about what was going on.
Okay.
I did look after him.
Make a diplomacy check. That's a great. Yeah. Yeah. And she relaxes a little bit at that point. She goes, "Oh, okay. You guys are the ones that got off the shuttle, right?"
That's correct.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
The door is locked. You won't be able to get out. I'll be right back. And she steps down from her step stool that she's using to look over the counter, and she walks into the back room. And you can hear her kind of walking around and like moving things. Do you guys do anything while she's back there?
Pax is gonna make sure to turn the camera on Zib and Horatio.
Okay,
That's it.
Do you guys do anything?
I put the protein brick back, and I'm like, I don't want to eat this any of these anymore.
So she comes back out and she doesn't say anything. She just like pulls the curtain back and waves you guys in.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
And then-
thank you.
So we are going to take a quick 5-minute break because I really have to pee because I finished my coffee/protein drink.
Hell yeah.
So everybody take a pee break and we'll be right back.
I'm gonna go get some gin.
I'm going to throw out my Lunchables wrappers and get a drink.
By the way, are we out, or are we still? We're still loud.
I'm gonna say we're still loud, but I'm not
Yeah.
joking.
Cool. I'm gonna mute, and then I'm gonna go get stuff rather than everyone having to hear me pour myself a drink.
I'm gonna crinkle some more paper in the mic.
Do it.
Bing bong. I know we're live. We're supposed to be live. You gotta take a break, man. If you don't take breaks, you're gonna work yourself to death. All right. Thank you for everybody for hanging out. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching. If you come in halfway through, but you want to catch up on the your friends were asking when you walked away. Oh, well.
What?
What? What? What?
Oh yeah, you left, and we were like, "Our mic's still hot." You were already gone.
Oh yeah, still hot.
Still hot, baby.
Still hot, baby. That makes much more sense. Your question is now, yeah, no, now I much more appreciate what you said. Boo, 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 boo.
It's time to get real. It's time to get live.
Time to get real, time to get live. Cross those wires, touch that hot mic.
I'm drinking some nootropics so I can game better.
Oh, okay, cool.
Ain't no laws when you're cracking claws, baby. Also,
Uh-oh.
I just had I just had 2 slices of cold cut roast beef rolled in a slice of Colby Jack cheese.
Nice. That's my shit. I love that shit.
That was a very, very good snack.
We call that a Stallone cut.
Is that what we call that?
Yeah. You actually need mayo on it.
Yeah, you
Just
have to
want that.
dip it. You have to dip it in mayo, and then it becomes
That
real.
sounds disgusting.
What?
Get a tangy mayo on your roast beef rolled in cheese.
Or a regular mayo?
Now ranch. I would probably do that with ranch dressing.
Oh my
but
god,
I don't.
that's
I don't fuck with
disgusting.
ranch.
Yeah.
Ranch is good on everything. Why don't you fuck
Ranch
with
is good.
ranch?
Incorrect.
Ranch is bad, and I don't want it on anything.
Okay,
I
Ranch
can't
makes
think of
me-
many.
put a thin layer of ranch on a cheesesteak,
Okay,
and
you
it
can't.
is
Oh my
really
god, do you ever
I can't-
like? Why would you be so mean to your body? Like you're already eating a cheesesteak. Why would you put ranch
Yeah.
on it?
All right, like if we're talking about health, then obviously ranch is garbage. But if we're talking about taste, there's very few things you can
Still
put
garbage.
ranch on that don't ruin it.
Well, I guess we don't like ranch, so
Yeah, I just don't. like ranch.
don't put it on anything.
Yeah. Well, you're wrong. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I am drinking peach flavored nootropic powder, so
That actually sounds pretty good.
So
I like
it's
it.
okay.
So you can game better. Got it.
So I can game better, so my brain functions work.
No, don't unfollow because the person. No, we're on. I'm on your side.
Yeah, Logan hates ranch. Like,
I-
unfollow 8-Bit Media. Like, that guy sucks.
That dude's trash. Fucking ranch apologist.
Oh, hey, his cat.
Look at that cat.
Look
Don't
at that cat.
unfollow. Here's a cat.
Don't unfollow. Here's the cat. Okay, so.
Jojo looks pretty impressed that he's just staring at himself.
Okie dokie, you guys have been led into the back room of the bodega by the halfling person. She walks you back and sits you down. So you go behind the curtain, and it's just it's just the back room. It's storage. It's a bunch of boxes and boxes of protein packs and protein paste and protein powder and seaweed chips and shit like that. There's a door that leads to an office, and then there's another door, and she brings you in the other door, and she sits you down at a table. There's really nothing in the room. It's just more like a meeting area. There is a table and 3 chairs on the other side that she points you into. She doesn't really say a lot as much as she just directs you, and you're inclined to follow her because she has that sort of forceful personality of you're gonna go sit in that chair right there.
Yes,
no,
ma'am.
I mean you don't. Yeah, you
Yes,
don't
ma'am.
have to, but yeah, that's the kind of personality she has, and clearly you guys have followed suit. So, she leaves the room. After a couple minutes of waiting, the door opens and 3 people walk in. 2 humans and an Isoki envoy. So 2 humans and an Isoki envoy walk in. The Isoki looks like this. What he looks like. It's very cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, look at him. He's got a gun and an eye patch and little feet. That's his name. Okay, so he walks in. He sits down while the 2 people next to him post up on either side of the door. He sits down, and the first thing that he says to you guys is he sits down, he looks at all 3 of you, and he says, "So I guess you guys are the ones I have to thank."
You're welcome.
Okay.
We're looking for more. We're looking for more information.
Okay. All right, first off,
We're looking for.
thank you for the you're welcome. Also, you can't just start off like that.
Like what?
We're looking for more information. You are not in a position to ask for anything. You do know where you are, right?
No, actually.
You're in the jungle, baby.
Pax is just taking the camera and like moving back and forth between people.
So the Isoki points at Pax and he says, "Turn that thing off."
Where did you even get that?
They come standard with all of our.
Turn it off and delete the video, or we're gonna have a problem. And the 2 guys at the door both kind of put their hands on their weapons.
He turns it off, and then puts his thing down.
It was for content.
Why are you? Why are you making the content?
I'm trying to help. I figured I could help.
All right, okay, guy. All right.
I appreciate
Listen,
that. I do
all right,
appreciate that.
okay. Wow, I'm so happy that I took time out of my day to talk to you guys. Okay, listen.
We're happy too.
Thank you for. I'm just gonna talk over you. Thank you for helping my boys when they were down at the shuttle bay. Unfortunately, we couldn't do what we intended to do, but and he points to Zib and he goes, "Our friend remembered your face, one of my boys, and yeah, so here you are. Thank you, but also, why are you here?"
Oh, we're investigating not so much that incident, but we lost an associate in that crossfire. So we're trying to, better understand the situation involving the. I'm forgetting other gang name now. Downside boys.
Yeah.
Downside Kings.
Kings.
Vikings. Yeah.
Okay, so he says, okay. I'm sorry, you're investigating the shootout itself. Is that what I'm getting out of this?
No, sort
Not so
of.
much a shootout, but the Downside Kings themselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me read this real quick. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Well, the Downside Kings aren't exactly our friends. They hang out at a place called the Fusion Queen, and they get a lot of their credits through more nefarious means than we're used to. We're a street gang. We run the neighborhood. We do this and that, but we mostly stand up for ourselves and the people that we already know. It's a neighborhood thing. The Downside Kings are just reckless and violent and sloppy and yeah, they're not good people. There's always some kind of power vacuum. They're always switching leaders. They're all getting shot up for themselves, and then the next one takes the the entire time that I've been leading the level 21 crew. The Downside Kings have been a real problem, but they've never been organized enough to do anything about it. The only reason that my boys were there at all was because they had been hired by the Hardscrabble Collectives. That's us, or I'm sorry, we're the level 21. They're the level 21 Kings who were hired by the Hardscrabble Collective to show up and basically fight against the Downside Kings. So that was the only reason my boys were there at all, was because they heard that the Downside Kings were going to be there. So I sent a couple guys to go mess them up.
Gotcha. And not to sound like a complete tourist, but can you give us like the abridged version of the collective versus the corporate? That like your benefactors versus their benefactors?
No, not really. No, look, all I know is that, look, we haven't been friends with the Downside Kings in a very, very long time. We were hired by Hardscrabble Collective to as backup and to provide cover against the Downside Kings. Anything more than that, I'm not really concerned about. I don't really know. I do know that the Hardscrabble Collective, they are in some kind of legal battle about a big rock and a spaceship. I'm not really sure. All I know is that they hired us to do a job, and that's what we're doing.
That's fair enough. Are there any like specific areas that like, Mama Fats has been pretty. You've been pretty hospitable to us since we've been here, but I doubt, judging by how our first encounter went, the Downside Kings would be if we ran into them. Are there any places down here in this spike that we should be wary of?
Well, when you're in the spike, you should always be wary. I mean, nothing is safe down here.
Yeah.
But when you got a Vesk with you and you look all right with a laser rifle, you'll probably be okay. That being said, if you're looking to pick a fight, you could go over to the Fusion Queen. That's where all other operations come out of.
Okay.
The Fusion Queen, it just says that it's in the lower levels of Absalom Station.
Would it be in Pipe Town? I guess.
No,
like,
it doesn't. It doesn't say.
Yeah.
It doesn't really say. It just says the lower levels
Yeah.
of Absalom Station. So it's
Gotcha.
not even like a place that. It's just a nightclub in a bad area.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, can I ask a question
Yeah.
or two?
Okay.
So, you have been fighting the Downside Kings for a long time, correct?
Correct.
So you would know how we could get leverage on them and where they are weak if we do have to fight them. I understand you may not want to tell us because
No, that's not. It's not that. I mean, it's just if they were weak and I could get leverage against them, I would have just taken them out already. I mean, we're literally being employed to fight them. Not that we already don't like them anyway, but you know.
Well, how about this? Is there a location that you wish to hit that you don't feel capable of that maybe we could do for you, benefiting both of us?
I mean, like I said, the Fusion Queen is the place you gotta go. That's the spot. It's a nightclub. There's not much more information than I can give you than that. If you want to risk your life to go screw around with a bunch of murderers at their own nightclub, be my guest.
If I'm going to murder, I don't want to murder nameless people. I'd like to murder their leaders.
Oh,
Just trying to figure out where to find them.
Well, right now their leader is a lady named Fernani Nadaz. And she is most likely at the nightclub.
Great. Sounds easy enough.
Could you repeat that name and spell it?
I'm gonna type it into Twitch chat.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. I was off by a vowel, but yeah.
That's what you're looking for. I mean, if you want to go do whatever you got to do, but I'm also going to tell you that the way the Downside Kings work is you kill the leader, eventually within a couple weeks somebody else takes up the mantle, and you can't wipe them all out.
Interesting.
So when you laugh like that, he like stares at you and he's like, "Okay, look, I get it. You're a Vesk and you know you got a big stick and everything, but we've been at this a long time. This is not really just gonna they're not just gonna roll over and die. You're very large, but you're not that large."
Your people thought that about us in the war as well.
Not really. We weren't really in the war. We were. They didn't really let mouse people in the war, so.
You got you there.
I mean, I was watching mouse people get killed at the very beginning of the campaign, but I just sort of pulled that out of my ass, so...
Good point.
Yeah. So. All right.
Well,
This was a positive. This is a positive meeting. I'm so. Yeah.
Oh no, I was gonna say like we made a new contact. That seems beneficial.
Why don't you roll a sense motive check?
Okay. Wait, what the hell is the sense motive attribute?
It's sense motive.
Oh, duh! I was looking at the wrong thing. Yeah.
Okay. You have no idea if he actually likes you or not.
Yeah.
Oh wait, hang on.
I don't think
probably
Horatio
something
would
I
know
should do.
anyway. Yeah. Horatio would probably not even pay attention to that. He's like, yeah, we made a new contact. That's great.
Yeah, yeah.
What's my
Sense motive.
No, but I have a thingy.
You have some sort of bonus to
You can
sensing motive.
roll 1d6 and add the result to the roll as a check of inside bonus. Yeah. I just. Okay. Right, so sense motive. Holy shit.
Good lord.
That is a natural 20.
You just basically did Reiki to him. Like you just did a whole you just did a whole like couch session to this dude. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you have expertise. You want to? Okay, but you're not. Okay. Yeah. So the motive that you're sensing from this guy is that he doesn't not like you, but as far as being a hard and fast contact, you don't know how much you could rely on him for non-gang related, gang war related business.
Right.
You haven't really given enough to really pique his attention at all. But he has enough of a feel about you that he's not hostile and at some point might even be helpful. It all depends on what it is. So the thing I'm trying to say is that you don't really know.
Gotcha. Well, if we see any more of your boys out there in trouble, we'll definitely always try and have their back like we did before.
All right. That's actually pretty good. That I appreciate that. You know, we don't get into too much, but hopefully if we do and you're there, you'll help us out. All right. Well, your word is bond, so if you don't, I'll just kill you. And then he
Fair
laughs.
enough.
He laughs this like really nasty rat laugh. All right. Well, it was nice. It was mediocre meeting you. Hope to hear about you. Don't get in our way. And like I said, if you want to take him out, go to Fusion Queen. You'll probably be doing all of us a favor. And with that, he gets up and leaves the room with his two guys.
Okay, great. Let's that was a positive experience. Let's hang out.
Yeah.
Let's head out, gang.
Yeah, yeah, that went well.
And nobody died.
Nobody died. So it's when you leave the room, like when you leave that little back room, there's nobody there. You walk through the back room and you walk back up to the front, and the halfling is still sitting behind the counter, but the two guys in the Yosoki are just gone.
Okay.
So as you're walking past the counter, the halfling says, if you want to meet up with him again, just come by and drop me a line and we'll set up a meeting.
Sounds great.
You were very lucky that he was in today. And with that, she hits the button and the front door unlocks. And you are now free to go do whatever it is you're going to do.
Okay.
I send Zib the video because I never deleted it.
Okay.
I don't think I want to post this.
Yeah, so Zib,
I don't want to die.
You have like a 10-minute video shot from Pax's cell phone arm thing.
A lot of good angles.
Yeah, of just your back trying to buy a protein pack and also talk to the halfling at the same time. It's not flattering and it's not impressive and it's also not particularly interesting.
Yeah,
and then
thanks,
it leads
buddy.
through and it shows the back room, the secret back room of a bodega that's a hideout for the gang, the level 21, and then it shows the leader of a gang having a meeting with somebody at that location. So yeah, you do what you want to do with that video.
I want to say there's some heavy lizard breathing on that as well.
It's just wet. It's just wet breathing.
Did you film this in a cave?
You were there with me when I filmed it.
Oh my
I
god.
filmed it in the. You can tell where I filmed it from the film.
Okay, we're gonna after this is all done, we're gonna have some lessons about photography direction. You know what?
Isn't
You're
it
tall.
you keep everything on the bottom third, right? Everyone's eyes on the bottom third.
I
Kind of.
don't even understand how you know what a third is.
Look, I'm a
You know what?
Vesk. I know math.
Yeah,
We're in
all right.
space.
You've got.
I have to know math.
We all know math. You know what? You're gonna make a great grip or best boy one day.
I'm glad to be part of the team. Live, laugh, bug.
Yes, live, laugh, bug.
I would love to be a best boy. I know I'm the best boy. I can't wait to be the best man.
and my bug wedding.
All right, so you guys leave. You guys leave the bodega, and you're now back in the undermarket of the or you're back in level 21.
Right.
Just sort of walking around.
How much time? Like, what time does Fusion Queen open?
So I'm gonna double check real quick, but I think it's a 24-hour club.
Okay.
Shouldn't we check with the Scrabble Collective, though? Like, they're the real players here. This is out of character, obviously, sorry.
The neighborhood is somewhat different, and the club is usually filled with patrons, most of who the club is filled with patrons at all hours, day or night.
Okay.
Fair enough.
What do you
I
guys want
guess.
to do then? Do you want to go to the Hard Scrabble Collective first, or do you want to go to?
That's a good idea. I mean, the Scrabble Collector did hire everyone, so they have a bigger stake. Maybe they'll pay us to kill this Nadaz lady, or man, or person. I shouldn't have assumed gender. My bad.
No, he said lady. He said lady.
He definitely said lady.
My bad.
It's okay. You're not detail oriented. You're stick oriented. No.
And
that's
I
fine.
like that. I like that. I am stick oriented. I'm going to use that. Thank you.
I mean, there's above the table, like, there's pros and cons to going to either.
Oh yeah. Well, above the table, it sounds like if it's 24 hours open, we've got time to check in with more people. More information is better.
Yeah. I'd say like probably want to go to the Hard Scrabble Collective first.
Sure.
Yeah.
I concur.
I'm down.
Okay.
More. I want Zib to talk us into more places. Let's go.
Yeah. So you decide that you're gonna investigate the Hard Scrabble Collective. The first thing everybody needs to do is make a culture check.
Okay.
That's my third favorite check.
Excellent.
19, not 20 though.
Baby.
All right. So you all. I'm just gonna give it to you that you all. We're gonna take 1 point from Zib and give it to Pax. So
All right.
I'm about to read a fuckload of stuff for you. This
Do we all say it? Do we all say it at the same time? Like 13 Hard Scrabble Collective.
Okay, I'm gonna read a bunch of stuff to you guys, and so everybody just pay attention and listen. And I'm also gonna turn off that loud mech that keeps walking around in the background of it. Just everyone
keeps doing that.
Yeah,
He's
I just hear.
Pax just turns his stick on him and goes, "Could you not?"
Yeah.
Okay. The Hard Scrabble Collective is a clan of stubborn asteroid miners that operates primarily among the scattered planetoids of the Diaspora. The Diaspora is the asteroid belt. It has no office or base of operations, but the clan members usually view the Armada, the ever-changing fleet of ships that orbit Absalom Station, as a central gathering place. Collective crews hire their ships out to a wide variety of business concerns, including astral extractions, which recently employed the collective ship Acreon to scout for new mining prospects in the vast. So that's very important. Astral extractions recently employed the collective, the Hard Scrabble Collective, the ship, the Acreon, which is part of the collective, to scout for new mining prospects in the vast. While the Hardscrabble Collective calls itself a clan, it is more of a cooperative business enterprise, a coalition of dozens of ship's crews who have banded together for mutual benefit and safety. They're a union. While some of the collective's members are related, most of them are individuals from a dozen different races: humans, dwarves, androids, Isoki, and more. Nevertheless, the Hardscrabble Collective is as tightly knit as many families, and members fiercely look after one another's welfare. Following the arrival of the Acreon and Astral Extraction's claim on the ship and the Drift Rock, the Hardscrabble Collective contracted with an Absalom Station street gang called the Level 21 Crew to protect its members and its interests on the station until the dispute can be resolved.
Okay.
So, what you guys learned from that is it filled in a couple of the blanks of stuff that you mostly already knew.
Yeah.
Astral Extractions hired the Hardscrabble Collective. They sent out a ship. Well, let me rephrase that. Astral Extractions hired the Acreon, which was a ship associated with the Hardscrabble Collective, to scout for new mining prospects. The ship came back, and now there is a dispute over who owns both the ship and the thing that it brought back.
Right.
And the dispute has gotten to the point where the members of each party, Astral Extractions and Hardscrabble Collective, have contacted street gangs for protection.
Instead of just going through lawyers.
Yeah, I think we knew the part about. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we knew the part about Astral Extractions previously.
So whatever they found when they were out there must be something that the local constabulary they don't want the local governments to know about.
That makes sense.
Which is probably why they're going through the Starfinder Society.
Yeah, but
also.
why would they kill our man? That doesn't make sense.
Well, hold on. They didn't they didn't go through the Starfinder Society at all. The Starfinder Society actually isn't really even involved in this dispute whatsoever. The only the small connection that the Starfinder Society has is that Durvar Creel, the dwarf, was in the Hardscrabble Collective and was also part of the Starfinder Society. So when you guys got off the shuttle to meet with Durvar Creel and he was killed, it was just the wrong place at the wrong time, and you accidentally ended up in this giant scenario that didn't really have a lot to do with the Starfinder Society. But now that the conflict has taken the life of a Starfinder, Chiskisk and the rest of the Starfinders asked you guys to investigate.
Okay, that's the missing piece. Is I didn't remember Creel was HSC. So.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Nobody calls it that, but I don't know why they don't call it that. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that sounds
should be.
so much better.
I think one of the people screamed out they got our guy before we knew where the boundaries were.
Jabaxa, the guy you just talked to, said that he wasn't really sure who Durvar Creel was. He just knows that he knew that the Downside Kings were moving into the shuttle bay that day, so he sent his guys in the shuttle bay that day too.
Yeah. Well.
Hey, so is this all the information we gleaned from going to Hardscrabble Collective, or is stuff what we know ahead of time?
This is stuff that you know ahead of time. This is stuff that you were just easily able to figure out. It's just you making a culture check. So with that, we're gonna say that it's stuff that you can piece together from your general knowledge and from anything you could space Google.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that would be a cool thing of okay, well, with the information that we got, and then the three of us pulling information from our backgrounds, that would make sense. So yeah, we should definitely go to the Hardscrabble Collective. And then,
so here's the thing.
Yeah.
One of the thing you most know about the Hardscrabble Collective is that there isn't a place. They don't have a base of operations or even really a small contact building. It's more of a bunch of people that get together in the asteroid belt and hang out up there as kind of like a flotilla. So let me read this real quick. The group has no offices on the station.
Wait, should we just walk back in and ask who their contact was? We were told to come back if we had any questions.
That's right, but it would be embarrassing.
Yeah.
It would be embarrassing.
It's more embarrassing to wander around the station without knowing where we're going, asking where's the Hardscrabble Collective, the HSC, wouldn't speak up. And yes, I'm calling it that now.
I like that. There's fewer characters in a post.
So what do you want to do?
It's that, or we could Google it.
You good?
All right. Well, yeah. Up to you guys.
I'm just gonna poke my head back into Mama Fats and ask.
Ask specifically what? Sorry.
If Hardscrabble Collective has a station-based place that they meet, that's not the Fusion Queen.
Or
Like a contact. Yeah.
The Fusion Queen is where the Downside Kings operate out of.
Right.
The Hearts and so the Halfling yells back out that the Hardscrabble Collective doesn't have an office. They're not really a real organization. They're just kind of a bunch of people that hang out. They're kind of like a gang. They don't have a real society or system or corporate structure because they're not really any of those things. So no, they don't have a base of operations.
You're kind of like a gang, and you seem to have a base of operations.
You know, I can hit the button when your head's in the door, and it's not going to be pretty.
I will fight your door if I must.
we're not here to fight doors, everybody.
I could beat this door, though.
I know, sweetie.
Be that as it may. Be that as it may. We're just here for information, not to fight, not to inflict property damage on businesses.
If the door attacks me, I will fight it. But I understand
Fair
what
enough.
you're saying.
Yeah.
When you come in from the black, you want a place that reminds you of home. You want traditional foods like our Eoxians cadaver digits, fresh fried every cycle, or tacos made the Spaffini way, flavored with real asteroid sauce. With quality finding up with a syndicate, but at prices any corporate collar can afford. So after you dock, head over to the Eye. We're open all cycle, every cycle, ready to treat you like family, hive mind, or brood clutch. Spacies, you're gonna like the food you eat from the restaurant that I own.
Hey, thanks for watching Dead Sundays. You can watch the rest of this adventure in part 2, and you can catch us live on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern only on twitch.tv/LogarTheOgar. Thank you, OBS, for your service towards the streaming community. Please check out and donate to the OBS Project's Patreon. OBS is a free broadcasting software that I've been using for years and wouldn't want to use anything else. Thank you to Sirenscape, who allows us to use their dynamic sound generator to provide the background music and sound effects that you're hopefully enjoying right now. Sirenscape is a wonderful program with a ton of pre-crafted and IP-specific soundscapes available for a monthly subscription to make your tabletop games sound as epic as they play. Thank you to Roll20, a web-based tabletop RPG client allowing users around the world to play tabletop games together as if they were in the same room. Roll20 is a free-to-use service, but offers a low-cost monthly subscription option for extra tools that I use because I use Roll20 all the time. And thanks to Paizo for making Starfinder, for making Pathfinder, and for supporting the United Paizo workers.